You can spend years carving out massive arms, a wide chest, and a shredded core, only to find your physique still looks slightly off. The problem usually sits right above the shoulders, a disproportionately thin, fragile neck. Symmetry and physical presence rely on how your upper body frames your face. Without the matching thickness up top, wide shoulders and a narrow waist fail to create that classic V-taper. They just make your head look like it is balancing on a bendy straw. Chronic stiffness, slumping posture, and tension headaches often stem directly from an underdeveloped neck, physical limitations that make you feel decades older than you actually are. This structure is the foundation holding up your head. For anyone playing contact sports or dealing with the daily physical stress of desk work, a thick neck acts as built-in armor to absorb impact and keep your head steady. Ignoring it sabotages your long-term spinal health and your overall physical presence. The good news is that these muscles respond to resistance and grow incredibly fast. However, training them incorrectly leads to catastrophic injuries. We have to immediately cross the popular neck bridge off your routine. It is often pitched to wrestlers and fighters as a shortcut, but it is a massive gamble with your long-term health. This diagram illustrates the mechanism of injury. When you bridge backwards against the floor, you place immense, unsupported pressure directly onto the fragile cervical spine. Those crushing compression forces can cause irreversible damage to the vertebrae. Building a resilient upper body relies on a calculated, anatomy-based approach to resistance, prioritizing spinal safety over ego-driven gymnastics. Before you even touch a weight, dynamic warm-ups are mandatory. A minute or two of gentle nods and slow rotations wakes up the sensitive muscles and prevents pulled muscles or mid-set dizziness. This diagram outlines our first biomechanical target, the front. Powering this zone are the sternocleidomastoids, the thick, ropey muscles running from right behind your ears down to your collarbone. Training this specific group creates immediate forward-facing thickness, broadening the appearance of your entire upper frame. To target them, we use the neck curl. You set this up by lying on your back on a flat bench, positioning yourself so your head hangs completely free off the edge. Using only body weight, tuck your chin directly toward your chest, pause, and lower it back down. Keep the tempo smooth and use the full range of motion. Mastering this single, simple flexion motion builds the frontal armor and immediate visual width that most gym routines completely miss. Turning to the back of the body, this diagram shows the second zone, the neck extensors and upper traps. These major stabilizers lock in your posture, keeping your head perfectly steady during heavy compound lifts like deadlifts and squats. We strengthen this rear chain with neck extensions. For these, you flip over, lying face down on the bench with your head once again hanging off the edge. The critical safety cue here is stopping the upward motion exactly when your head reaches neutral alignment with your spine. Many lifters develop the habit of hyperextension, aggressively snapping their head back to stare straight up at the ceiling. That puts unnecessary strain on the joints and invites injury. Executing the extension with strict, disciplined control builds heavy rear support. It corrects forward head posture and eliminates the wobbly bobblehead effect during your heaviest lifts. To finish the anatomical blueprint, we look at the final functional zone, the sides. These stabilizing muscles provide complete three-dimensional balance. We hit them with lateral flexions. You will lie completely sideways on the bench, ensuring your head can move freely past the edge. A perfect repetition starts from a neutral position. Slowly let gravity drop your ear down toward your shoulder, then control the movement all the way back up to neutral. Absolute control is required here. Banish all twisting or jerking motions during the lift, keeping the path clean and straight. Developing the sides prevents muscular imbalances and fortifies the neck to act as a functional shield, capable of absorbing impacts from any angle. Once you understand the movements, you need a safe hierarchy for progressive overload. Mastering the pristine, body weight patterns of all three exercises is required before touching equipment. The strict baseline is simple. Do not add external weight until you can perform 20 easy, wobble-free repetitions. When 20 reps feels light, you enter the second phase of loading. You can apply resistance by placing a folded towel and a small weight plate on your forehead, or by resting a fat grip dumbbell there for a more comfortable fit. This graphic lays out your equipment progression. For advanced hypertrophy, the final phase utilizes a specialized head harness. It applies steady, heavy resistance on your extensions and lateral flexions, treating your neck with the exact same strict loading principles you already apply to your chest or back guarantees rapid muscle growth while keeping you safe. Integrating this into your schedule is highly efficient. Hitting this exact routine just 1 to 2 times a week provides plenty of stimulus to see real-world gains. Advanced trainees can scale that frequency up to 3 or 4 times a week, provided the muscles feel fully recovered between sessions. Ignoring your body's recovery signals will leave you with severe, debilitating stiffness. You do not want to be the person who cannot turn their head to check a blind spot while driving. This muscle group acts as the unskippable structural anchor for the entire body, providing the stability needed to support your head and heavy compound movements alike. By applying patience, strict anatomical form, and safe progressive overload, you transform an unbalanced physique into a pain-free, proportional powerhouse.